this activity is going to help us figure out what the internet says about us. I like to do this activity because somewhere in 2021, there was this blog that posted. So in 2021, I used to be very active on Facebook with women empowerment, advocacy. I still do that, but I mean, because of school and all the other things I'm handling now, I have a bit of a struggle with showing up as I used to. So I made a post about, I think it had to do with women and abuse, sexual and gender-based violence. And then one of these, um, I would want to say an upcoming blog, he just picked a screenshot and cropped majority of the post I had made and picked like, let's say half a paragraph. And then he used it for a blog saying that I hate men. I am one of the women that doesn't want to even see men. And it was like a whole lot of things. And after that, like when that happened, it really took a lot for me to get that guy to pull that information down. And how I even found out about it was I was working with a company then, and they saw the news. And then they reached out to me that they've seen something like this on this blog and they don't know where it's coming from. And they want me to give them, like, sort of let them understand what is going on. And I didn't even know about it. So I had to, like, it was very, I don't know how to even explain it, but it was a whole process for me to get this guy to pull down the information. So since that time, I made it sort of my, not a daily routine, but regularly, I just go to Google and I type my name just to see what the internet says. So today, I would want us to do this test for ourselves. Maybe some of us have done it before, but I'm just going to take us back. So just go to Google right now and either type my name or Lois and type your name. So the first is either my name or Lois, and then the next is your name. And when you type it and you see the search results, I want you to keep these things in your mind as I would want your feedback in the chat. So let me know what you saw, what excited you about the results you got for your name. What was the impression created for you when you searched for the first two names? And then what social media platform showed up for each search? I think we can use like 2 minutes to do this. So please, I would just appreciate if I can get like 2 or 3 feedback from us so that I can go ahead. So just search Odame Amuakun or search Lois Ifwa Ochewa Damte and then search your name. And then when you search your name, you now, as you are searching, just have this in your mind. Put down what you saw for each search and what excited you about your results and what was the impression created for you for the first two names. I mean, the one you searched through. And then what social media platform showed up for each search. Thank you, Richard. Yes, I saw Lois on Facebook. Okay, thank you. Manasseh says my LinkedIn. Okay, great. So one of the things I always like to say, okay, great profile you have there. Your LinkedIn page for that person. And that platform. Wow, looks like you're everywhere. And I'm nowhere. I guess I can do better. I like the last part of your statement. You guess you can do better. Yes. And that is what the session is going to do for us. That at the end of the session, we will all do better with our social media platforms. Okay. So let me just go to the next. So this is an unquotable quote, if that's a word. But this is something that I always share with people that after COVID, like COVID has taught us so much that the best thing you can do for yourself is to have a digital footprint. Like you can't, it's a non-negotiable. Being online, having a space online is just like that's a game changer for you because I have recently been posting on LinkedIn about the fact that as young people, we now have to do about 3 times as our parents did because the first class you think you have now, there are about 10 people in your class that have that same first class. So there needs to be something that would set you apart from your classmates that also had a first class. And that could be a lot of things. But one of the easiest things is to have a digital footprint. And if you are intentional enough to build a good digital footprint, it helps you cut a lot of things, like certain processes just cut off. Let's say if you're applying for a job or you're applying for a scholarship, and then you realize that, oh, there's this professor that I can reach out to on LinkedIn, and I have a good profile, and I've actually built my LinkedIn or my other socials. You can just reach out to them, and then you know that you would cut the process of you probably emailing them for like 3 months. And just one LinkedIn message can just reach them, and then you can cut short some of the things that you probably would have needed to do, which I mean, other people would have to go through that process, but just having a digital presence would help you. So this is, I've been reading, so the Mel's Water Global always has these annual digital reports where they give the numbers as to what is happening online. And as at the last quarter of last year, 5.4 billion people now use social media. And this is an average. So in the global space, 5.4 billion people now are online. It could be TikTok, it could be Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, X, Pinterest, YouTube, all the other social media platforms that you can think of. 5.4 billion people are online. And that should tell you that if you position yourself well online, it opens certain doors for you to 5 billion people. I mean, you won't reach all the 5 billion, but you would have access to a certain number of people that you probably wouldn't have if you were just working to offices with your CV. And another thing that also stood out for me was that the average user spends 2 hours, 25 minutes daily online. So there are some of us that work online. So me, I'm 24/7 like on my phone. But there are some people that like go online just once in a while. And even for those people, they spend 2 hours, 23 minutes. So that means people are actually spending time online. And that should tell you that you need to position yourself online so that at least even that average user that spends 2 hours can see you. And the final thing I also want to share is that recruiters and funders check your online profiles, and especially LinkedIn. LinkedIn now, I mean, when I'm preaching the whole LinkedIn message, sometimes people go like, oh, LinkedIn, there is just settings. People are there, it's just settings. Like people are doing settings there. They don't have what they say. I mean, sometimes on Facebook will post that, hey, LinkedIn, one LinkedIn post here, somebody is thrilled and all of that. I get all of those things. But what you need to understand is that regardless of the fact that people are thrilled on LinkedIn and doing all sorts of things which you think do not make sense to you, people are also benefiting from it. So the best thing you can do for yourself as an individual is to position yourself correctly online so that you can get the opportunities and leave the people that are thrilled and ready to be thrilled. So this is why personal and online branding is necessary in 2025. And I keep saying 2025 because sometimes people say that, oh, when you are branding, you need to build capacity before you brand. Yes, I understand. But it is essential to stand out from your competition and then create a lasting impression. So as I said earlier, let's say you graduated with a first class and you were the valedictorian accounting grad, and you never posted it anywhere. Nobody, like the only people that heard you were valedictorian was your classmates. I mean, now the schools post the valedictorians, they post the people that got best award in this, best award in that. So at least you can even tap into that. But the whole point is, if you as the individual do not intentionally position yourself, you would probably be the best, but you wouldn't stand out because somebody would have, let's say, even a third class or a pass, and would position themselves so much online that they would get access to opportunities and you would just be there. The second is that it helps you to build credibility, trust, and authority in your field. The credibility bit, in the past, when somebody works with someone and the person steals their money and they want to find them, they'll put it in the newspaper. Wanted, if you find them, bring, I said bring. If you find them, you get 2 CDs, or you get this amount, like show us where he stays and that. But now those things have moved online. And one of the things that, so in 2021, 2022, I was assisting one of my friends with recruiting. So he has an HR firm that helps people to recruit. So I was helping with that. And one of the things that we always did when a CV lands, like let's say we've sent out a form for people to fill for, let's say, a digital marketing officer, and then people fill the application. The first thing we do, even before we open your CV, is just to go online to search what you do. Like, are you a ghost, or what do you do online? Just to be sure that you are someone that if you are working with them, they would have that trust that you won't run away with their money. I mean, for the lack of a better word, you would be able to, I mean, there are people they can reach out to. Even if you give a reference on your CV, there are other people they can reach out to. And just, I think last month, somebody reached out to me on LinkedIn asking me about somebody who she was trying to hire. And she had seen that I engaged with that person in my comments. So she just reached out and she was like, Odami, I'm trying to hire this gentleman for this job. And I see that he's your friend here, and you guys have been engaging in the comments. Is he somebody like, I mean, she asked me a couple of questions. So if you have a good online presence, it really helps you now. It's far, far better than how in the past sometimes our parents tell us that, oh, when a car stops and tells you to pick, don't go, you don't know them. But now we pick Uber and goes. Like, you don't know the drivers, you don't even know where they stay, but you pick the car because there's a bit of trust you have in Uber. There's a bit of trust you have in that. And that is the same thing that I'm relating to your personal brand. And also it helps you to enhance your career opportunities, attract employers and clients, and also shapes and controls the narrative about yourself. So if you, one of the things I always say these days is that even if you yourself do not put your information out there online, your information is somewhere. Like, if you are in Ghana, for instance, and you did Ghana card, there's no way you tell me that your information is not somewhere. Like, your information is now out there. So you need to shape and control what you want to put out. I, for instance, want people to know me as a digital transformation professional, a comms person, a law student, blah, blah, blah. But there are other things I do that I do not see them to be things that I want to put online. So I control the narrative I want to put out there for myself. And because of that, whenever somebody sees me and they want to reach out to me for something, they wouldn't come to me with something else. They would just say, oh, I need you to do this session for me. I need you to do that for me. So that is what being online also helps you with. And the final thing, which I think I've rehashed, is about increasing visibility and then your professional growth. So since this is a series of sessions that are related to helping you to apply for funding and scholarships and improving on your career growth and all of that, there are things that now funders, recruiters are looking for. And they are looking for the passion. And I'm linking this to your social media platforms. So in your post, are you just posting are you just trolling people? For instance, there are people that on Twitter, that is what they do 24/7. They just go on Twitter just to troll people. That is what you are portraying to a recruiter or somebody that may be interested in you. They're also looking at potential. So if you're trying to apply for, let's say, a PhD funding in, let's say, aeronautics, and then they go to your page and there's nothing that shows that, this person has actually improved on themselves over the years. Like, they've been able to build capacity, they've done A, B, C, D. If they are not seeing that, it's just a no. Like, yeah, you are in 2025, you don't have anything online, you are not showing proof in your course, your achievements are not there, like, you do not do anything at all online. And there are even people that on their DPs, you see a car and some funny stuff, nothing to even show that they are not ghosts. Yeah. And currently, and this, I actually went to read this on one platforms. When I was preparing for the session, I was just researching to find out some of the things that for scholarships funders are looking at. And right now, funders are not really looking at grades. They are not looking at, I mean, it's fine if you have the first class, yes, but that's not just what they are looking for. They are looking at people that can be like their poster girls, people that they know that, let's say, Odamia, I decide that I want to apply for Chevening, and then I apply, and they know that, hey, this girl has 25,000 followers on LinkedIn. If she posts, it will direct 25,000 people to us. Even now, certain companies look at that in addition to, I mean, all the other things, because companies now do not want to pay for influencers. They do not want to pay for digital marketing agencies to come and help them with marketing. They decide to hire people that have visibility and digital potential. Your social currency, that is what everybody, like not just funders, even recruiters, that's what they are looking for. And you need to ensure that you position yourself properly so that they can see that you have that potential and then decide to be with you. So one of the things that majority of you said when you did the search was that you saw LinkedIn. And that is to tell you that LinkedIn is given priority in the digital space. If you have an optimized LinkedIn account, you have opportunity to be seen first. You have opportunity to have your information out there. Like, it is easier for you to even build the LinkedIn. And I mean, I'm not saying the other platforms are not good enough, but Facebook, for instance, is good. Instagram is mostly like for pictures, aesthetics, and all of that. But if you are looking at building your online presence to the extent that it would attract opportunities, you cannot underestimate the importance of LinkedIn. So these are the things that you need. These are like the basics. There are other things that you need to build or create. But for time's sake and also for this session, I'm just going to focus on these two bullets, these two headings, sorry. So the profile picture and background, and then your experience and education, because these are the main things. The others that has to do with endorsements, recommendations, blah, blah, blah. Those ones come in when you've been able to do these things. So the beginning is your profile picture. You see, I've joined with another account, and you see the picture that is there. That is a headshot, but it's even a bit slower. Your LinkedIn profile picture should not be like a selfie with Snapchat and some filters and contemporary on your head and some filters and all of that. Your LinkedIn profile picture is supposed to portray and represent the brand you want people to see you for. In the past, when I started law school, my LinkedIn profile picture was me in black and white because that is what law students always wear. But as time went on and I started working in the non-profit space, I started doing a lot of things. I was like finding my feet in different aspects of my life. I decided to find something that would sort of count for all the things that I'm doing. And that's how come now when I'm done with this, I'll just do a brief run on my LinkedIn profile just to give some feedback. But with my LinkedIn right now, my profile picture there has me in an African print with some African earring and some other stuff. And that's just for me to say that I'm an African young lady who is trying to, and the colors are bright. That's what I want to communicate, right? So that's your profile picture. So invest in taking a picture. I don't mean go to, what do you call it? A photo studio or something. You probably use an iPhone or a Samsung, or your phone has a good enough camera. Just get a bare screen, or you can even take it anywhere. You go to Canva. Canva can just use a different, you remove the background, use a different background on your, a background for your picture. You cut it like the size of a passport picture, and then you put it there. It takes something, but it doesn't take a lot. And I mean, if you're in Ghana, for instance, my first headshot, I took it at Aquamo photo store, and it was like 100 cedis for 6 pictures. So I told the guy that I need one picture that I want to use for my professional things, and the rest I can just do my too sure and all of that. But you need to invest in having a good profile picture. And then the next is choose a background that aligns with your industry and showcase your experiences. So let's say you are someone that you probably, let's say you're a coach, you're a career coach, and you have like sessions you give people. So on your banner, you can just say, I help young people find their career, blah, blah, blah. And all of these things, I mean, this is not part of the presentation, but I use ChatGPT a lot to fine tune my profile. And that's something you can also do. When you go to your LinkedIn, there are these three dots where you can save your profile as a PDF. When you save it as a PDF, you send it to ChatGPT and then ask ChatGPT that it should look at your profile and recommend what changes you should put in because you are a career coach and you want to put out your expertise, blah, 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 blah. ChatGPT will give you a long list of recommendations of things, and then you can do that. Your headline and summary. So your headline is the first thing that shows up under your name. Like when you open your profile, there are these things that you mostly write under your name. So that's your headline. And your headline is the first thing that somebody would see when they search for you. They don't see your about, they don't see your work experience, they don't see your education. They see your headline. Mostly is about 20 to 25 words, like the first 20 to 25 words of your headline. So if your headline does not have certain key things that you want to portray and for people to like say that, wow, let me just click and then see what this person does, people will just pass by your profile. And even when you comment under people's posts and all of that, sometimes, especially on a laptop or a PC interface, you would see that the headline, a bit of it is put under there. So your headline has to give out a summary of what you want to grab people's attention. And that doesn't mean go and lie. It means that put out, well, maybe you are someone that is hoping to be a machine learning, what's it called? A machine learning engineer, but you've not reached there. So you can just probably say machine learning enthusiast, or I hope to, like, you can put it in a way that if somebody visits your profile, they know that, okay, this is what this person is looking at achieving. And then the summary or your bio is where you answer the question, tell us about yourself. It's like when you go to an interview and you are asked, Odamia, can you tell us about yourself? That is not where I tell them I like Baku and Okro. That's not where I tell them I come from Ejinem. That's not it. What I tell them is what makes me a good fit for the role. So on LinkedIn, what makes you a good fit for whatever you want to put out? So let's say you're applying for a scholarship or you are hoping to, I know maybe there are some of us here who are still in school. So probably you are thinking of going to graduate school after your first degree. So for you want to get to the level where you would be able to get some funding to study. So in your about, you can add in your about that I hope to get into graduate school in the next 2 years as a master's student in this area or this field or something, so that if someone, and honestly speaking, these days, and that's something I've really noticed, people randomly just go to profiles like just to see what your page, like what is there. And I recently got a client in the US who I'm helping with his LinkedIn. He just was searching. I don't even know, he wasn't my connection or anything. He just connected with me. And then he had added a message to his connection and he needed someone to help him with his LinkedIn because he has a book he wants to launch, blah, 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 blah. But he just read my profile and he realized that there's someone I think can help me. So you never know who is coming to your page. So you need to ensure that your headline and your summary is showcasing all the key information, your career aspirations, your achievements, your skills, everything. And then you go to the experience in education. So that is where you list your work experiences with clear descriptions, roles, accomplishments. There are people that will write National Service Person, JMPC. Then they'll leave the description. You need to put what you are, like what you did or what you are doing now at GMPC. Or maybe you did an internship at Ghana Commercial Bank. And maybe when you were an intern, you were helping with clients, relations. Maybe you were the one that was helping at the teller or you were at the relationship desk. Put the specific things you put there. And as I said earlier, your digital footprint is like your CV. So you need to put the key information that are essential. Like you don't just put internship, then GMPC, then you put the duration, then you leave it. I don't know what you did there, right? So you need to ensure that you list those things. And your education details too. I mean, there are people that will write graduate at University of Ghana. And so, what did you study? What projects did you do? Were you in any club, any association? Were you a class rep? What did you do? You need to put all of those things in the description part. Certifications. And again, this is not part of what I'm supposed to share, but online certifications now, like there are lots of free online courses. I'm currently nearing 50 online certifications in different things. Like I just get up, I see an online course. I think it's something that interests me. In the past, I wasn't even saving. Like once I see the course and I know it's free, I would just run and take the course. Like I wouldn't even waste time. Once I see a course and I realize that this is a free course I can take, oh, I wouldn't. So I have a lot of online certifications in different things. And you need to, if you are here, you've not taken any, you need to start investing in that. Take online courses. Like this is 2025 again. Like there's a lot of opportunity you can get online with your phone that our parents didn't get, right? So you need to make sure that you are doing all of that. And then any other professional development courses, you can put them there. You can add your skills and endorsement. So you can ask people to endorse you. You can also endorse people. It's a two-way street. And you can also select and prioritize the skills. Me, because I'm doing a lot of different things at the same time as a multi-taxing human being, I put everything. But maybe for you, there's something specific you are interested in. So you make sure your skills are in that direction. And then you seek endorsement from your mates, your clients, places you've worked at, your mentors, just to validate your skills. Because sometimes when people come to your page and they want, and as I said, social proof, social currency, people want to see what others are saying about you. So if maybe one of your mentors says that, oh, that man is it just gives whoever visits my page that kind of like they are settled that okay, Odamia can do this job for me. So these are things that I believe you need, like these things. So I've put one which is like the glue, and then there's you sharing content, getting endorsed. And when you are able to do all of these things, it helps you to participate actively so that you are not a ghost online. A lot of us currently are ghosts online. Like when we search for you, the only thing we'll find is something you posted in 2018. I mean, at best, we won't find anything. Like we don't know what is happening in your life. I'm not saying that post maybe when you go and eat bangkun at let's say Lendado, post it, or when you go to this place, post it. That's not what I mean. I'm talking about professionally. We don't know anything about your professional life on your LinkedIn. So you need to expand your network. When you are on LinkedIn, it helps you to network with people that you probably would never get access to in your entire lifetime. You connect with people, you build your numbers, and building your numbers doesn't mean like having 25,000 followers like I have on LinkedIn. That's not what I mean. Building your numbers in the sense that the people that you are connected to are individuals that you know, you give to them, and you also have opportunity to take from them. And then you share content, you make posts, you comment on other people's posts, engage. Don't just, there are some people that I sometimes meet people, they say, hey, Adam, you have been seeing you on LinkedIn, you are doing so well. I've never seen them like my post before. So I'm like, if I'm doing well and you've not liked my post, like, I don't understand. You need to, and one of the things that it helps with, and there's a guy that I recently helped with, there was a gig I had for digital marketing, which I realized I couldn't take because I work full time and I also school. So, and he's someone I don't know from anywhere. Even as at now, I've never met this guy in person. The only place I know him is on LinkedIn. And I had this opportunity to work with a certain company. They needed someone to do some short influencing for them for like 2 months. So I just said, okay, I can recommend somebody. And this is a guy that has been commenting on my post a lot of times. So I just reached out. I was like, hi, there's this opportunity I want to transfer to you. It's about ABCD. Do you think it's something you would want to do? He was like, oh, yes, he wants to. And then he took the money free. Imagine he was not commenting. He was not engaging with me. I probably would have just looked for another person to give that opportunity to. So you need to understand that showing up online really helps with you getting a lot of opportunities. So this is what I call that is my visibility strategy, and I'm going to share it with you. So connect, engage, post. If you are here and maybe you are a greenhorn, for instance, on LinkedIn, you've never posted. Maybe the only thing you posted is a repost. Like maybe somebody posted something you went to repost. So you are trying to start building your LinkedIn. This is how you start it. You start with connecting with people. Don't just start with posting. I mean, you can post once in a while, but it's a strategy that I've used for a lot of the people I've worked with, and it helped. So that's why I'm sharing it. So start with connecting, search for people, connect with people. Let's say if me, I make a post and you see the people under my post that are commenting, those are people that are active. Connect with them. If you see, let's say someone like, let's say Lois makes a post and you see that, oh, these people are commenting under it, connect with them, follow them. If you see Alice make a post and like just in the past, I mean now I don't really have that a lot of time, but in the past I used to dedicate like an hour every evening just on my LinkedIn. So I just sit behind my PC and I'm just scrolling through people's posts, scrolling on people's profiles, looking at people that are engaging with them, who can I connect with. So you start with that. And if you are actually, let's say, looking to apply for funding and all of that, this is why I put like with alumni, with funders, with reviewers, with professors. So maybe there are schools that I'm sure Lois, probably you've already had a session about maybe having a tracking how like the process for applying for funding. So maybe you look for a number of schools that you want to apply to. So maybe you know that, oh, you want to go to Columbia University, for example. You search for Columbia University, you look for the lecturers that teach there. Then you search for those that probably may be professors in the area you want to study in. You connect with them. There are times that they may not readily accept your connection like the day you send it. But as time goes on, you go back to their profile, you see that maybe they would accept your connection. And then after you connect, you connect with people, you build your numbers to an appreciable level. I'm not going to give any number, but let's just say you build your connections to like, let's say 500. You now start engaging. So you've built your numbers, you now begin to engage. So you participate, you like people's posts, you comment, you share, you repost. What that does is it puts you in people's minds. And also on LinkedIn, the algorithm actually like amplifies the presence of individuals that are active. Somewhere in, I think 2023, LinkedIn started pulling down inactive accounts. So when they realize maybe for a long time you created the account, you're not doing anything, they just pull down your account. So you need to ensure that you are active, like you are doing something. When someone makes a post and you see it, even if you don't have anything to say, just say, oh, thanks for sharing. Or mostly, even LinkedIn gives you certain sample responses that you can even put. Just do that. And it would make people know that, oh, Hope is actually on LinkedIn. Oh, Grace is really active. Manasseh is active. Oh, I've seen this lady Linda. She's always commenting. So if there's an opportunity, it would even let them want to see what you do. And then likely, maybe there's an opportunity, they will just comment you under it. There are times that people have commented me under certain opportunities who I do not know, but the only place they know me from is LinkedIn. And they just reached out to me, and that was just the game changer for me. And after you've engaged and you've built your visibility a bit, you now start posting. And I didn't give a timeline for this because I don't want it to be like, hey, Odamia said that in 1 month I should have 500 connections. I didn't see that. So you should give yourself like a timeline for how you want this to go. But then this is how it should be. You start with connecting, you engage, and then you post. And you see, when you engage, people now begin to know you. So when you start posting, the people you've engaged with know that, oh, Linda, this is Linda. And mostly when you start, you can even start with like posting about yourself and past things you've done. So maybe when you were doing your first degree, for instance, you were the organizer for the Sociology Student Association of Ghana, and you worked on ABCD project. You did ABCD. So you start posting about the old, maybe past experiences, past achievements, things that you've done. And then as time goes on, you'll be able to now post about present things. And I mean, by the time it will get there, you would have built the kind of, what's the word for it? Like you would have gotten the flair to post on LinkedIn. And then now you can now start posting the trailed Sam, because I decided that in this year, every month, I was going to get at least one online certification. And I've been doing it since January till now. So I currently have 5 online certifications in digital finance, digital marketing, AI, etc. So every month I post, I'm excited. So if you follow my excited to say that, hey, this girl every day she's excited, don't follow me. Go at your own pace. Start with connecting, engage, and then post. And this is why nobody can find you on LinkedIn. Sometimes people will say that, I've created this account since 2017, but I've never gotten any opportunity. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. This is what you are doing wrong. Your account is inactive and literally empty. Your DP is probably a car. There are people that on LinkedIn, they put a poster, like a quote. What are you trying to tell us? Post on your page, have a DP, all the things that I've said. Make sure your profile is complete. You have your educational information. If you've put on your profile that you completed, say, KNUST, mostly when you go to LinkedIn, and I think when I'm done, I'll just do like a 5 minute walkthrough on my page, and then that would be it. But when you add your industry, your school, and all of that, LinkedIn will recommend to you people you may know. I'm sure some of you have seen that before. That is because they've seen this is what you've put there. So if you've not put your educational information out there, how can people see you in their people you may know? So you need to post, you need to engage, you need to be active, demonstrate your expertise in whatever you are doing. Make sure you are putting your information, your professional information on your page. Just ensure that the information that will set you apart and help you to stand out in your competition, put them there. And when you start, people will find you. There's a friend of mine who was like, oh, she doesn't want to really post. And then just 1 month, she started posting, and then she was like, hey, Odamia, you said it too. Like, she just posts like twice in a week. And right now, she gets a lot of people reaching out to her, and hey, I want you to mentor me. There's this program. Would you like to speak? She's getting opportunities here and there. So it is, you cannot underestimate the importance of having an active and a complete profile. And I think I'm getting closer to the end of my session, my presentation. But there's a question I would want us to ask ourselves. And I don't need you to answer. Don't answer to me. Answer to yourself. If someone Googles you today, what would they find? Is it information that is enough for them to award you a scholarship or to even give you a job? Is it information that is worth, like, would it give them that sort of enthusiasm that, okay, I think I need to give this lady the funding? Is it good enough information? That's a question you should ask yourself. And the final question is that, is your LinkedIn profile helping you or hiding you? And I also do not need an answer. You can answer that for yourself. So I'm going to stop sharing this and then use the next 5 minutes to go through my LinkedIn page just to, like, some of the things I've mentioned, just to practicalize it. So this is my page, right? And this is my profile picture. And there's no way you will tell me that you see this picture and you see me and you think it's a different person. And the reason I'm saying that is a lot of people reach out to me, like, I go for events and they'll be like, I think I know you from somewhere. I think I know you. And I'm like, did you go to this school? They'll be like, no. And did you compete here? No. And in the long run, it ends up that they know me from LinkedIn. So this is what my page, like, when you come to my page, this is the first thing you'd see. And this is my banner. And I've put this here because I've recently been preaching about the sort of eagerness for free young people to get soft life. Maybe some of us here are not as young as I am, but there are lots of people who are looking for soft life and they do not have anything. Like somebody like Lois has done her master's, her PhD. She's gone to like a lot of places, and people will see her. Maybe she'll post that she went to, for instance, Disneyland, and then somebody who probably hasn't really like gone through the spaces which Lois has gone to be like, hey, I want to get the life Lois is having. So this is just my personal, but then you can decide. I would maybe go to other pages just, and then this is the headline I spoke about, what I've highlighted. So when you read this, you would have a better understanding of what Damia is like. I don't need to explain a lot to you. Multipod, because I do a lot. So I'm navigating law, leadership, and digital transformation. I'm an LLB. I'm in my final year. I do non-profit management. I'm a digital comms and finance professional. I'm a member of the Forbes Black, and then I have represented my school thrice in an international moot court competition, and then I'm CLP alumni president. I've removed the mouse quest because I'm handing over by end of month, and this is a link to my ebook on branding. These are my analytics. I think this, yes, for the past 7 days, I've had 23,044 impressions on my post. So, and then this is the about. So this is where I said you answer the question, tell us about yourself. And for me, my name means a lot to me. So I decided to start with my name and what it means. So Odamia is an Achimik name that means a female that carries presence and atmosphere. It's the female version of Odami, and that's what Odami means. And then I've started with, hi, I'm blah, 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 blah. You can go and check it afterwards. I'm not going to read everything, but I'm just trying to demonstrate some of the things I mentioned. And then these are my top skills. This is what I want to put out as my personal top skills. Some people would think otherwise, but for me, this is what I want to put out there. And these are services I provide. People reach out to me about it. And this is called your featured session. So this is my newsletter where I post about women. This is my personal newsletter. This is my branding book, and then other information. And you see your posts, and this is where you put the work experience. So when you are adding your work experience, this is how you go about it. Let me just add position, and then you start typing in the information. So what is your role title? You put it there. Employment type. Is it full-time, part-time? You put it there. The company you work with. There are certain companies you probably might not find, but just type it and then leave it like that. And then if it's a past role, you need to untick this box. And then when did you start? What month? What year? When did you end? What location was it? Was it in Accra, Kumasi, Takoradi? Location type. So was it a remote role? Was it hybrid? Was it on-site? You select. And then this is where I said you list and put down your achievements, what you did at the role, your responsibilities, etc. And you have a word limit of 2,000. So you can put actually a lot of things there. And then LinkedIn is actually trying to see if people are applying for jobs and getting it from LinkedIn. So they will ask you, where did you find this job? And then they would ask you, what are the top 5 skills you had or you got from this role? Then you add them. And then media, maybe pictures you took at the role or whatever. So because there's nothing here, I'll just post it. So this is how you add your work experience. And then I'm going to education. So for education, the same process, the school, the degree, what did you study, what month and year did you start, grade, activities. So were you a member of something, association, organizing, blah, blah, description. So maybe in school there are certain things you did that are peculiar to you. So for me, in Mount Crest, we study intellectual property, international trade. There are certain law areas we study that not all the schools do. So those are things that I can put here. And then 5 skills, media. So it's the same process. And then we go to certifications. So as I said, I have 46 now. So I'm getting closer to my 50. So this is where you add your online certification. So what's the name of the course? The institution that issued the set, what date was it issued? And mostly for online certifications, majority of them do not have an expiration date, so you leave that. Credential ID, some of the courses would give you an ID which people can use to authenticate whether you actually got the certificate or not. And then the URL. Most of all these things, you get them on the certificate. So if it's not there, it means there isn't. So you just upload the picture of the certificate. And then here, you would associate at least one skill you got from it, and it will also appear in your skills section. So that's about the license and certifications. And this is project. So as I said earlier, I studied for a degree in pharmacy. which I do not practice, but this is what I did for my project work. So I just put it there. And then I also volunteer. So you can add your volunteering experiences as well. So I volunteered for 5 organizations. And then these are my skills. Right now, 76. I'll keep adding. And then this is the recommendation part I was referring to. So this is where you can request. So you click on the plus and then you ask for recommendation. And you can also give someone recommendation. So it just depends on you. And then these are the people that I've received 10 recommendations. And I think I've also given a number. I've given 4. Okay, that's not good enough. But yes, you can request and you can also give. And then these are publications. So in 2020, I wrote on Ghana Web, and then I was featured here. There are others which I've not really updated some of these things on my profile. Yes. And then courses. So this is where I've added some of the key courses that align with some of the things that I've done. So you can add all of these things. So that is it. So with all of these things, for me, because I've already put them there, it's easier for me to find. But if you have never, maybe your account is empty and you are now trying to build, you go to add profile section and then this would come up. So there's the core things that every profile, like these are the core things you need to have. So education, position, services, career break, skills. And then these are recommended. So these are things that LinkedIn thinks you can add to, increase your credibility and give you access to more opportunities. So featured, your license and certifications, project, courses, recommendation, and additional. So these are things that they think it can give you some more access, sort of, to build more relationships. So you can add as much as you want. So let me just do a simple text. So I search for Lois today. So let me see. So as I said, when I search for Lois, the first thing that pops up is, let's say like 20 or 25 words. And it says PhD researcher, nanoscale engineering at the Open University. So anybody at all who would see Lois' profile like this, or this is like a post she made, you see it also shows a limited amount, of words of her headline. So you need to ensure that the first 20 to 25 words of your headline is something that will grab somebody's attention, that will grab someone to want to work with you. So you see PhD researcher. So once I see this and I'm looking for someone that is into nanoscale engineering, I will straight ahead click to her profile and open it, right? So I'm trying to get an example of the comments part too. So you see in the comments, it's still herself. Let me just see if I'll get a comment that somebody else made. So, okay, this is somebody's post. So you see that when somebody commented on another person's post, this is the first thing that came. So if I am roaming on LinkedIn and I'm looking at comments and I see researcher in infection risk, blah, 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 and it's something that maybe I'm looking for somebody that's a researcher in that, it just grabs my attention and then I'll just go to them. So if, let's say, a professor is looking for a researcher to work with on a certain project, they will just want to work with Elizabeth because Elizabeth has already put that there. So these are some of the things. As time goes on and as you build your profile, you'll be able to, build some more leverage and build some more credibility on your page. But this is just basically the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for paying attention and listening. And I'm open for questions and clarifications. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Odamia. I think every client is something about social media. I'm scared myself because I get caught every time. I think for the past 5 months, I've not really posted on LinkedIn. I have a question though. Sometimes we think that our achievements are so small. Like, when you go on LinkedIn, the pressure is there. So when do we know that our achievements or our posts are okay to actually post on LinkedIn?
Okay. So the first thing you need to understand is that no achievement is too small. So the online courses I mentioned I'm taking, for instance, one of them which I took has to do with behavioral science or psychology or something. It has nothing to do with anything I'm doing now. But I made a post about it, not because I think it is such a huge achievement, but it's just because I'm trying to build my social currency. So there are certain things that you may be doing now that you may think this is not good enough for me to post. It is not about whether it's good enough or it's not. It's about how you message it. And that's why I mentioned ChatGPT. I actually have like a chat on my ChatGPT where I use to type all my posts. So mostly I have a bank in, not a bank as in bank, but a bank in my notes app where whenever an idea pops up in my mind about a post I think I can make, I just type it in there. And I actually do not post like I post every day, yes, but I do not get up 6 a.m. every day and post. I schedule all my posts. So as of now, I think I have post scheduled from now to like next week. So till next week, I'm not like I'm free. I will just have to just go and look at people's comments and either respond to it or something. So there isn't any achievement that is small. There are people that do very little and they sort of give it some energy, like a certain, I don't know how to, I'm trying to choose my words correctly, but there are people that have done very small and the way they message it alone makes it look big. So there are people that I personally I have met in person after engaging with them on LinkedIn, and it's like this is a total contrast. Like what they post online is not them, right? But for you, you actually have things and you are seeing it to be small. So you just need to have that understanding that you are building your social currency, and regardless of what it is that you are doing, it is good enough for you to post. So you just have to look at how you message it, how you put it out online, and then I mean that would just be it for you. So I honestly don't think you shouldn't sieve through. The only thing can sieve is maybe if it's a personal thing, maybe your personal life, and you don't want to put it out there, that is fine. But if it has to do with your professional life, your career, something you are doing in school, maybe a course you took, and all of this is just to build some track record for you. Because let's say you are trying to apply for funding for a certain program, and your researcher is someone that is very LinkedIn way, like the person always wants to check what you are doing online. They come to your page and they see nothing, no proof, nothing. Like they see nothing on your page. It gives, or maybe even the time they come to your page, you started posting just a month ago, and that was when you started applying for the course. It's just like maybe you are trying to get the opportunity, and that's why you are posting it. So you just need to start posting the little things, and then when the big things come in, you continue. Yeah, I think there's a question in the chat. Someone like
Yes.
who is interested in applying for programs in applied AI and machine learning, AI in healthcare, cybersecurity. How do I channel my online profile? So as when I should apply to any of these programs, and they will see that. Okay. So I honestly do not know what you are currently doing. Let me go to LinkedIn and search for you. I think your name is Tay Richard. I just hope I'll find something about you anyway. We are going to use Richard as when I was in pharmacy school, and I'm sure those that do health courses would know what lab rats are. So I'm going to use Richard today as our lab rat. So this is Richard's page when I searched. I'm sure this is you. Richard, give me a thumbs up if I'm right so that I don't roast or do anything. Okay, thank you. So prospective grad students, tutor in what? That's something you should check. AI in cybersecurity researcher. Okay. So now let's open your page and see what we have. So first thing, this picture, I'm sure after today you are changing it, right? I don't know what you are trying to do with the banner. Maybe it's about the AI and all of that, but it is a bit vague. So you could even use the same picture and use Canva to write something just to whet the appetite. Because when someone visits your page, you are not there to explain to them what you are trying to say. You've just put the information there, and they would now decide what they would assume. So you need to ensure that there isn't ambiguity on your page, because people don't have time to actually go to your page like start to finish. So AI in cybersecurity research and data scientist. Okay. Let me connect this. This your about deserves lashes, Richard. So you need to restructure all of these. You've said a lot in this your question. You are interested in applying for blah blah blah. And you just said Terry Richard Gama is a self-motivated. Self-motivated is a very cliched word. Everybody uses it. You don't want to sound like everybody else. Self-motivated learner whose focus is on using artificial intelligence with I don't understand what this is to help self-cybersecurity. Okay, so this is what you want to do, but what are you doing now? What you just said, you want to apply for programs. You need to ensure that this about talks about everything. This is not good enough. So you need to, and all of this is answering your question. So you need to ensure that you're doing all of that. Teacher, what do you teach? Do you teach ICT? Do you teach English? Do you teach PE? What do you teach? So your description has to have that information. Teacher, so please go and amend these things. Education, okay. So okay, and then this and then that. Okay. Certifications, you have quite a number. That's impressive. Your skills, so you are trying to portray yourself as an individual who is interested in AI. But the first two skills that shows up here is problem solving and digital strategy. That is not good enough. So you can actually rearrange. I'll go to my page in a jiffy. I just want to. So I'm going to look at your post. So this is my honest feedback about your page. So let me see some of the posts you've made. So hello at LinkedIn. Nah, this is a bad start. There are people that would do well with hello, but I think you probably could start with something that will grab people's attention to want to see what your post is about. So you took a pause. Okay. Celebrating. Okay. You're celebrating 10 years. But you really didn't. I mean, ideally, you could have even used Canva to create what's it called? A simple poster to just say 10 years on LinkedIn. It's just, it adds a certain oomph to your page. So, yeah. But basically, so let me just show you how to rearrange your skills. So, as you keep adding the skills, LinkedIn itself will just arrange it in a way it likes. So you need to rearrange it. It applies to all the other things. So when I come to my skills here, right, you see this pencil button. On your phone, it's also pencil. So when you open that, you see these 3 dots and it will say reorder. So what's his name again? Richard. Reorder. So you use this thing to order, like arrange it in the order which you want it. So you want to say you are an AI, blah, blah, blah. So those skills should come up first before your problem solving and the rest. So I think I can end with his answer here. So when you are unemployed and have no achievements, what things can you post so that no achievements? I don't understand. Haven't you done internships? You've not done anything at all. If you haven't, this is the time for you to volunteer. I'm sure Dear Young Graduates is hoping to have volunteers to assist. I may be wrong, but find opportunities. Am I right?
Yes, you're right.
Yes. So you can just text Lois that, please, I don't have experience. And Odamia said we have to put something on our page. So please, I want to volunteer with Dear Young Graduates. So what do you think I can help with, right? And then you just start putting those things on your page. So find a way to get experience. You can't say that you are not employed and you have no achievements. I won't take that at all. So find something to do. Find some volunteering. Find some internships. Get something to do, because nobody would want to work with someone who doesn't have experience. Okay, what post impressions mean on LinkedIn? So impressions basically means who saw your post, like the people that your post reached. So when you go to LinkedIn, there are people that you probably see their post that they are not your connections, they are not your friends, they are nothing to you, but they came on your page. So LinkedIn adds all that numbers. So that is what your impressions means. And that's what I mostly look at. I don't think about who is liking my post at all. I always look at impressions. There are posts that I make that do not get me even, let's say, okay, I passed 10 likes anyway, but let's say I get 10 likes. I don't care. I just look at the impressions I have. So I think I posted the Dear Young Graduates and I have 8 likes. Yes. But let's see what the impressions are. 469. So that's what I focus on. So that's what it means. Is it advisable to send connections to professors or potential supervisors in schools you are applying to after you've applied? Does that have any implications on? Well, as I said, a lot of the things I said are related to you that is now starting. So if you decide that you want to apply to a certain school, start looking for people like that and connect with them. You are not connecting with them to say that please give me funding, but you are just showing up for them to have you in mind. And once you connect with them, you start engaging. So maybe you see them make a post about something that interests you, then you also comment under it. So the implications, it depends on how you go about it. If you go inside their DMs to go and beg, maybe that will have negative implications, but that is not what I mean. You need to engage in a way and manner that would help you to get opportunities from them. What kind of content can one post as somebody who wants to join into international relations? Attend events that are related to international relations. If there is a conference happening at a conference center, register and attend. When you go, you take a few pictures, you are present, you ask questions, register your presence at the event. When you come back, you make a post. I attended the Dear Young Graduate International Students Program at Conference Center, and this is what they taught, this is what I learned, and then you add your picture to it. And then as time goes on, you also take courses with World Bank, with International Trade Center, all the platforms that you can get to build your international credibility. You do that and you start posting those kind of things. And I mean, look for people that are also in that space, connect with them, because if they are speaking at certain events, they will post it, you know about it, you can attend. So it's just sort of you being intentional and being strategic about all of these things. Yeah. Alice, I think I've answered all the questions.
Yes. I think I should just add one thing. So in case you don't have any post on LinkedIn, I think this is the first stepping point. You can just take a screenshot right now, go and post this and say that I was on this program, I met Odamia said this and that, and this is what I learned from it, and that is all. So we on your network will also connect with you, we will like your post, and that is how we build it. So I think that at least all
and
of
you
us
can even tag me and tap into my 25K.
All right. So I think, Obama, you did not mention one thing which I would want to say. I know that LinkedIn also has its bad side. Like, people come into your DM and they want to date you and those things. I think you can. Or the other one is so
take the question again.
I said the question is people coming into your DM, right? And it's not about professional stuff. It's about dating stuff and all that. I know that some people think that to marry is good. But then we should treat LinkedIn as it is. And also, recently, I think people are turning LinkedIn into Instagram. It's like they only put nice pictures and they write "Hello Saturday" and then they just write anything and the picture is there. And I know that people like reacting to pictures, so they have a lot of views, a lot of comments, and all that. So, yeah.
So the point is that you see, all of these things you've mentioned, it happens on every other social media platform. The one that I honestly find a bit interesting and funny is the whole dating thing. And for that, I mean, if you are on LinkedIn and your reason is to look for opportunities and people bring dating opportunities to you and you know that's not what you are looking for, you just flee, basically. But I mean, wherever there's good thing happening, people start to do negative stuff. And that is why I currently am intentionally making a lot of posts on LinkedIn, trying to do a lot of trainings. Just this year alone, I think I've done about 6 or 7 sessions just on LinkedIn because I see that there's a lot of people are bringing a bit of negativity to LinkedIn, which I think the platform is like, that's far better, right? So I think that one of the things that would help to actually sack, for lack of a better word, the negativity of LinkedIn is for those of us that are doing the good things to actually show up. Because when you start showing up, let's say Anita Eskin, if she never posted on LinkedIn, or Edward Asari, or I mean the other influencers, if they never posted, we probably wouldn't have had opportunity to even hear about certain activities and events and all of that. So everybody here that is doing something amazing, maybe you are a teacher like Richard in your school, and you are teaching students certain things, you just go in and make post about some of the things, maybe certain things that you are beginning to understand about young people that is intriguing, and just show up. Once you start showing up, the space will just get you to sort of put out the information you are putting there and amplify your message for you. It's not like Instagram and the rest that you now have to pay for ads and all of that. LinkedIn has ads, but once you decide to show up on LinkedIn, you just have access to a lot of people. I think I joined LinkedIn some years ago. I must say I have not been very active. The whole account I use is not functioning, and my account is possible to update it with my active. Yes, you can make the change, but the LinkedIn would need you to do some, what you call it, verifications. You need to verify that it is actually you, maybe with your ID card or something. But you can change. My LinkedIn had my previous email, which became full, so I had to change the email. So yes, you can do that, but you need to do some verifications. Yeah. I think, Alice, I've answered your question.
Yes, yes, you have. But then we are getting some questions also from Facebook. So I have, yes. So there's a question. I think when you are going to your profile, so I have a question of separate accounts. So should you have separate accounts for personal and then for personal?
On LinkedIn?
Yes, I don't know, LinkedIn or any other social media platform.
Depend on the social media platform. If it's Facebook, for instance, you can have one for your personal stuff and one for your professional things. But on LinkedIn, there's the opportunity for you to create a company page. So that is if you have a brand you are running, and then you want to separate it, like the way Dear Young Graduate has a separate page, right? But on LinkedIn, I don't see why you would want to create separate accounts for different things. You just need to ensure that you are putting your messaging in a way that it doesn't confuse your audience, and it all comes together into one space. Like, it comes together. It doesn't have to be all scattered. I'm trying to show you how to create a company account. Like the way on Facebook, it's 4 pages. So when you open on a laptop, this is the interface. So you go to for business. I just hope this is visible. Yes, I think it is. So for business, and then you just scroll and create a company page, and then you just do that. But if it's LinkedIn, I don't see why you should have 2 separate accounts for different things. If it's LinkedIn, just put out the information that you want to put there, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So I think we have some engagement with the youth or anything. So are there any examples of youth or students you've seen build powerful brands using LinkedIn or other platforms? Or are they all right.
A lot of them. So in 2023, I actually started the first LinkedIn trainings in Ghana, like the online LinkedIn trainings. So I had a lot of these medical students who are about to join the program, like a lot of them. And currently, about 3 or 4 of them now have their own LinkedIn sessions. And I've opened one of the beneficiaries, or however you can refer to me. So there's Benedicta. So she was in, I think, my first or second cohort, one of them. And after my training, like, she's been able to, right now, she has 22,679 followers. She has her own program she runs, and this is her feature to invite me to speak, want to leverage LinkedIn. So this is a session they are running currently. And I mean, she's doing so well as a medical doctor. There's one gentleman called Parkwesi Folsom. So for him, he didn't really join a training, but I went to Central University to do a program there. And then I mentioned LinkedIn, that is a platform that people should make good use of. And this is Parkwesi's page. He currently has 32,000. And he's also doing like exceptionally well, like very well. Maybe some of you here might know him. And the day I met him was the day like we created his LinkedIn. That was in 2021 or 2022, and he's doing so well for himself. Yes. So there are a lot of people you can learn from, a lot of them. You just have to, once you start showing up, you start seeing these kind of people. I'm trying to remember some of the names. There's Venice. She's also a doctor. She was also in one of my sessions. Yes. So this is Venice. Yes. So she also now does LinkedIn coaching, mentorship, entrepreneurship. Yeah. So I mean, if I want to go do and do, I mean, I did 4 cohorts for the LinkedIn sessions, and the least number of people I had then was like 80 for like one. So, but then I stopped doing that. So currently, if you want me to help you with your LinkedIn, I just do like a one-on-one kind of thing. I don't have that luxury of time to do like a full-blown training for like a number of people. But yes, so the examples are there. You just need to start showing up and you see them. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Do we have more questions? You can also unmute and ask a question if there's any. But then I must say that throughout the presentation, I was feeling guilty. I was like, I don't know if I should feel bad that I've not really been posting, though I have some things to post, right? I don't know if listeners is
But you just have to start.
Yes. So I don't know if there are no questions. I think we should bring this to a close. Obrahim, I don't know if you can send in your credentials. I mean your LinkedIn account and other social media platforms that we can follow you, have one-on-one sections and tag you on our posts and all that.
So I'll just go and link to my LinkedIn. But as you searched for me on Google, all the accounts you found is me. My Facebook, Instagram, everything you found that was under Odamia is myself. So I put my LinkedIn link here. But I mean, and I respond to my DMs. As you can see, I don't have any pending message here. So you can just send me a message on LinkedIn and we would see how, yeah. But you can find me anywhere, and once you reach out, I would respond when I have the time. Yes.